Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. I'm just going to close my door here. How's everyone doing? Oh, I see. No, I don't see people yet. Is anyone out there? Oh, there they are. Okay. There's always a little delay. Gives me that panic moment thinking, oh, no one's coming. But you guys always show up. Is everyone staying cool? So Judith is here, Carol Ann's here, Natalie's here, Anna's here, Christina's here. Hello, hello, everyone. And you guys are all on YouTube. We seem to get most of our viewers on YouTube now. We get a few on Facebook, but a lot on YouTube. Hello, Carol and Lynn. Fan is blowing. Yeah, my air conditioner, I think for the first time in hours, has just shut off in our house. Like, oh yeah, it's quiet right now. It's taken all day just to keep up with this heat. It's kind of nuts. It's hard to stay cool. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not an air conditioning person. I really would prefer to have my windows open and the breeze blowing through, but it's just so hot. Yeah, I equate this to being like winter when it's like minus 40. Like nobody wants to go outside. And this is kind of like the same thing because unless you're in a pool or you're in the air conditioning, it's hot. You mean you just turned it on, Christina, or it just turned on again? I'm sure Mars won't be off for long. I shudder to get the hydro bill. Oh my God. Natalie says she doesn't do Facebook very much. She prefers YouTube. I'm with you. I used to really like Facebook like way back, but it is just not a nice place to be anymore. I mean, we use it for work and stuff, but Christina's making beach cards wishing she was there. Yeah, the beach would be good. Yeah, if you're on a boat on the water or you're at the beach or you're in a pool, it's all good. Oh, Jennifer's here now. She's out west. What's it doing out there? I've heard you guys are getting like a lot of rain and stuff. Is that a thing? And not so nice weather? I had a friend who just got back from Alberta and Calgary, and they were at the Stampede, and they said it was hot. Yeah, our air conditioner is not set very cold either. But you can definitely notice it when you come in from outside. Oh, yes. All my people are from YouTube today. Nobody on Facebook is chatting. They're all YouTubers. Okay, well, we are going to get going. What you're looking at here is our giveaway. So 2 winners today. But it is a shopping prize. So you got to shop to win. Well, to get a chance to win. But we'll talk about this at the end. I'm just going to set that off to the side. And before we get going too much, I want to bring on my screen. Oops, let's get rid of that first. And get in the right place. Okay, so let's share my screen. I'm going to make it the whole screen. There we are. So what you're looking at here is our website. And you'll notice right here, there's a little graphic. We sent out an email early afternoon. And it said that we were doing a retiring Tailored Expressions products sale. So Tailored is doing the same thing right now. There are a bunch of products retiring. They did one last week, and then they're continuing this week. So we had a few of those retiring products in our inventory. So we decided, you know what, we'll do the same. They're doing 40% off, but by the time it gets all the way to my store, I can't do 40% off. So I'm going to do 30% off. But when these products are gone, they're gone, and people have already been shopping. So I will say the category is pretty slim. There's 13 items available that you can see that prices are already slashed in red. But when you go in, some items might have more than one. Like there's 2 of these. So, but when they're gone, they're gone. And if you look up here at the top, you will see kind of the rules. So no code is required. Prices are already slashed. Everything is final sale. So there's no refunds, exchanges, or store credit. So if you buy 5 of something by mistake, you get all 5. They're yours. So watch your carts carefully. And yes, so you can take advantage of those things, but we won't be able to reorder them again. They will be gone. Now, the other thing, while we're on here, you'll notice here a pre-order for the Taylor Expressions Advent calendar. So we talked about this in our last live. We've sent out one email. We will likely send out a reminder again this weekend. You still have a bit of time. You have to have your order placed by Friday, July 24th, in order to be included in our pre-order. So you can visit Tailored Expressions YouTube channel, and they do have at the beginning of one of their videos, it's the one where she's doing the watercolor. They do talk a little bit at the beginning about the calendar. You can also visit our social media. You have to scroll back a little bit, but there is a link there to our email that we sent out about it. If you are on our email list, you would have got an email about it. But this is available for pre-order. It will come out sometime in November. And then they do a series of videos throughout December where they open up all the little envelopes and they create projects and all kinds of fun things. So if you want to get in on that, don't forget to pre-order it, because when the calendar actually comes out, there is a very, very slim chance that there will be any available, if at all. So you can't wait and decide later. I know nobody really wants to think about Christmas right now. I know some of you do, but I don't. And I know a lot of people don't. We're enjoying the summer, but now is when you have to think about it. Otherwise you will miss out on it. So, but we'll recap that again when I get to my slideshow. So I'll remove that. Can you hear me now? Sorry, when I remove myself from the screen, the audio goes away. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, so now we're going to get talking about some stuff. So for those of you who follow along with our Moments and Memories series, this is our May page. We have 1 left, and then they are sold out. So if you have been busy with your summer activities and you have not ordered your May Moments and Memories bundle, and you're doing this series with us, make sure you get that order in, because there is 1 left. I cannot make any more. That's the calendar side of the page. This is the layout side of the page. We have a video on our YouTube channel. And this is the stamp and die set that I used on the page. Now, we had to pre-order this with most people. We had a few in stock, but then we had to order more. So it has arrived. Everyone has been notified about it and purchased it. But we do have a few extras. We always order a few extras in case people didn't speak up. So if you are part of this and you want to get this little stamp and die set, this is available now. So I used it to do the little speech bubble and the sunglasses, all the little flowers that we did in our background here when we did our stamping. That's all done with this little stamp set. So if you want to pick that up, now is the time. They are here. So make sure you go and check that out. And like I said, 1 May calendar page left. We sent out in our email about the retirement sale for Tailored Expressions. At the very top, there is the notice that our live for the June Moments in Memory bundle will be tomorrow night at 8 p.m. So if you are wanting to watch that live, you can tune in tomorrow here on our YouTube channel. And at 8 o'clock, I will be doing the live walkthrough of all that. And if you can't do live, then you can do it after. But I will say, I don't know, the Moments in Memory series has been sort of picking up steam again, and our numbers are increasing. So I can't order more product for a lot of the months that I've already got things for, because we ordered it like a while ago. So I can't increase our numbers. So the thing with Moments and Memories is that it's not really tied to the calendar aspect anymore. A lot of our customers are jumping in And if they like the layout or whatever, they'll just get the bundle. And they may not be doing it regularly. So people are kind of in and out of it. Regularly, we have about 75 people that are ordering. But we're noticing that we're getting awfully close to selling out, and if not completely selling out of these. So I really want you to just be aware of that. And Lynn's ready for June. Well, guess what? So am I. So yeah, we're going to be doing our live walkthrough tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. I will post that on our social media channels tomorrow, but it did go out in an email today. So that is something to maybe go back and look at. Now, the other thing I want to talk about today is this. So this is Prism Studio. We deal with a distributor here in Canada, and this is their in-house brand. So we have a few products from them that we really like. With our main distributor. Now, this is not our main supplier because I think there's a lot of misinformation. If you've been hearing rumblings about things out in the crafting world, our main distributor had a fire, and they're going to be closed. We don't know when they're going to reopen, but it sounds like it's going to be a while, like 6 months, a year, maybe. No one knows. They have not said. What does that mean? That means that, so a distributor is a warehouse that carries lots of different brands. So they'll carry Lawn Fun, they'll carry Simple Stories, they'll carry Echo Park, they'll carry, our adhesives, like all different companies. So when we order from them, we can order from multiple companies at one time and have it all come in one shipment, which is nice. That's not our main source of ordering. We order direct with the manufacturers a lot of the time, but it's really great for reorders and for the odd products that we only can get through there. Nina cardstock is one of those products that we economically can only order through them. I did look into ordering direct, and it makes 0 sense to do so. So for right now, we will not be able to order more Nina cardstock. So that is the 80-pound and 110-pound cardstock that we speak very highly of and recommend for card bases and layering weight white paper, 8.5 by 11. Now, that being said, Prism has a very similar product. They don't call it Nina, but it is Solar White Ultra Smooth cardstock. Now, we've carried this all along. But because Nina was our favorite, we went with that. But I did do some testing with this. I cut card bases out of the 110 and I folded them and I scored them, and there's no cracking or anything like that. It's perfect. And I put them side by side with the Nina paper, and the color is almost 100% the same. So what I'm telling you is that for the foreseeable future, we are going to be running with this as our Nina replacement. So it is available in 110 and 80-pound weights. Now, the 110 and 80-pound weights, these come in 25 packs, and this is much more economical than the Nina paper was. So when you buy a pack of it, you're going to get 25 sheets. And in a 110 pack, if you're using this for card bases, you're going to get 2 per sheet. And that is going to give you a total of 50 card bases. So, and I think the price on this is $13.99. I don't know 100% because I didn't look it up before I, hang on, I can do it right now because I've got my website up here. So let me just look. But now is when you ask questions. Carol, we can order anything Prism Studio. So if you've got requests, just let us know and we can add it to our order. No problem at all. We haven't had any requests for the bookmakers. Oh, hammer mills, no problem. Yeah, we get that from a different source. So that's not a problem at all. We're just talking about Nina right now. So the 110 pack, solar weight 110, 25 is $13.99. And the 80-pound pack is $8.99. So for Nina 80-pound white for 10 sheets, you were paying $7.99. Now you're getting 25. And same thing with this one. So it blends the same, it folds the same, it cuts the same, the color's the same. So it is a very, very good alternative. So we will be talking and using this up for the foreseeable future. When Notions is back up and running again, that's our distributor. We will definitely see if the Nina is an option again, and then we will continue to carry that. But economically, it makes no sense at all to order direct from them. The shipping and everything would just really raise the price. So this is a much better solution, and I think everyone's going to be really happy with it. I panicked the same way some of you might be doing it, because I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. That's my main source of cardstock for all my card bases and all my ink blending papers and all those fun things. So what am I going to do? So I will be using this as well. And so if that reassures you at all about the quality or the usability of it, then that's what I'm going to be using, and I'm very happy with it. So wanted to address that too. Like we've had emails about customers who said, well, you know, I pre-ordered the Spellbinders Advent calendar, and I heard that you're not going to be able to get it anymore. Well, that is not true. It might be true for some stores if they ordered it through the distributor, but it is not true for us. We ordered everything direct from Spellbinders, and that's not affected at all. So the only thing that will be affected a little bit is that a lot of companies that didn't order direct, like a lot of stores that didn't order direct with these companies, are now setting up accounts, which is making it busier for the manufacturer directly. So rather than dealing with one main company like Notions, the distributor, and sending them a big order, they're having to deal with a whole bunch of smaller companies all at the same time. So things might be a little bit slower, but other than that, there is no real impact, no huge impact for us. We've been very lucky to have already established accounts and relationships with all of these manufacturers. So we're good. Okay, so that being said, that's kind of all the housekeeping out of the way. Now we're going to jump in. And does anybody have any more questions they want to ask about that? I'm happy to answer them. Carol says, do you have the bookmakers? We answered that. Excellent. Thank you so much. The bookmakers is nice for albums. Yeah, so if you're a person who likes to make your own albums, like all your pages and covers and all that kind of stuff, yes, that is a great paper. And we're more than happy to bring that in for you, Carol. You just have to reach out and let us know what you need, and we will get that for you. Not a problem. Okay. And Christina says she's using it too. Yes, she is. By the way, I have to invoice you. I have the note right here on my desk. Okay. So now we're going to go into my slideshow. Not quite yet. Okay. So let's talk about Spellbinders. I got a whole basket full of stuff here. We have received, and we are almost sold out already, of the Dear Santa Spellbinders holiday kit. So every year they come out with this type of a kit. This year it's called Dear Santa. And inside here, there are 20 A2 cards and envelopes. There's adhesive tape, foam squares, cardstock. I think it's a cardstock pack, like colored cardstock. There's a 6x6 paper pad. There's almost 300 pieces of ephemera. There's gems, there's chipboard frames and corners, puffy stickers, and chipboard sheets. So there is a lot of stuff in here. And it is a paper crafting card making kit. So no stamps, no dies, but it is a very popular one. And I know that many influencers are using it, as well as other designers. And they're starting to post samples on their YouTube channels, on their socials, etc. So if you go looking, you're going to start to find these things. And this is only July. So as we get closer to the holiday season, when the weather starts cooling off outside and people are spending more time inside, this will be, you'll see more inspiration out there. Now, that being said, I don't know how long this box is going to be available. I just checked before I came on. We can order more, and we will, because the demand is there, and we're almost sold out. We just got it. So we definitely don't want to be out of stock yet. So we will be ordering more, but I think this is our last one right now. I'm just telling you, it is $69.99 for this box. Now, I know Yana Smakula, she just posted on her YouTube channel where she made 7 cards using this kit. So she's got inspiration up right away. I didn't go looking too long to find out who's already posted, but there are definitely influencers out there that have started posting samples that they're making from this. Plus, you know, you don't have to rely on their samples to create beautiful things. You can do your own thing with this. And again, I will say, if you are a scrapbooker and not a card maker, a lot of the products that are in here can be used to make layouts as well. So obviously there's no 12 by 12 paper for backgrounds, but all of the pattern papers and the ephemera and the gems and the puffy stickers and all that sort of stuff can all be used to make layouts. So whether you want to use, if you wanted to use this to make a complete mini album, you could. If you wanted to make several scrapbook layouts for the holiday season, you could do that too. So again, it is very paper crafting friendly. It is not stamp and die products that are in here. So just so you know about that. So that is that set. Now we also ordered in some of the components on their own because everything in the box is consumable. So in other words, if you've got lots of ephemera left and you want more paper, or you've got more paper left and you need some more ephemera, then you can add onto that and get those products to finish off more items in your box. Or maybe you made one card that you just absolutely love and you're thinking, gosh, I wish I had some more of that I can use to make a couple more cards. Well, guess what? Here is the 6x6 pad that comes in that kit. So it is 40 sheets. There's 20 designs and 6 foiled pages in here. So here is just a quick sampling of all of the pretty prints that are in here and just, you know, the kind of color palette that we're looking at. I love this paper here. It's so fun. So the patterns, there's 20 patterns and then they're repeated twice and they are single-sided. So you don't have to worry about what's on the other side because you don't have to choose. You can just use the front and be happy. Here are puffy stickers. There's 2 sheets of puffy stickers. Now, even if you're not using the box and you just like some of these products, you can totally pick them up. Just a few things at a time. Look at that alphabet set. It's puffy and it's like striped. Isn't that cool? I love little letters like this. Love all the little word strips. And then you've got some larger icons and words on that side. And then here are 2 packs of ephemera. So this one is the die cut ephemera and it has 168 pieces. Now I'm just going to flip this over just so you can kind of get an idea of what are some of the items that are on here. So all your typical Christmas looking things. I can't even believe I'm talking about Christmas right now. And this one is the sentiment pack. So 130 pieces in there. And you can see it's very sentiment heavy. So even if you are not interested in any of these products, this is a fun one because all these sentiments are ready to put on cards right away. So you can just like take this Holly Jolly and put it right onto a card. You can put Sending Joy right onto a card. This one is All Kinds of Merry right onto a card. So you don't have to do any work. So if you're kind of a lazy crafter, well, maybe lazy is not a good word to, you want to be an efficient crafter, you can use this pack and just put the sentiments on there. And a lot of the colors are very typical Christmas colors. So you will find them in lots of paper lines that you may or may not already have. Plus all the paper lines coming out will likely have very similar colors in them too. There's also the epoxy embellishments, which are like enamel dots. They have some larger ones and some smaller ones. And then these are the gemstones. So these, I'm going to hold them up. I'm going to see how they sparkle. Aren't they beautiful? I really love them. So, and I like the colors too. I think the colors are really great. So those are all kind of a la carte products that you can use along with the box or to replenish what's kind of in the box. And then we have this right here. This is a roll of washi tape. I'm going to open it up because I want you to see what's in here. It's postage stamp washi tape. So I'm just going to open this up a little bit here. So you can see that it is a roll of postage. Now they are already perforated in between each design. So if you just tear them off, you're going to get that perforation look that you get with a regular postage stamp. Like how cute are these? So I ordered very heavily on these because I just know that they're going to be very popular. There are 11 yards of washi tape on one roll. That's a lot of yards. So I do have a little sample that I snagged from the World Wide Web that I'm going to share right here. So here's a card using the postage washi tape. Now, all they did with this is they took the postage stamp, they tore it off, put it on a piece of white cardstock and trimmed around it, and it looks like a postage stamp. And then they just arranged them on the front of the card, added a sentiment, and you're done. So again, those postage stamps can be used for embellishments for scrapbooking and journaling and all that kind of stuff too. So definitely, you know, really take a look at that, because I know this is a product that's going to sell out and probably won't be available closer to the holiday season. But I did order heavily for now. We will see how it goes. And if I need to and can order more, I will. But those are all really cool products. Now, the other thing that we've stocked up now for the holiday season is, I'm going to remove my slide for a minute here, is gems. Everybody loves sparkle in the holidays. Like like it doesn't matter what sparkly stuff we bring in, it sells very well. So we brought in a bunch of the essential gems from Spellbinders. If you follow Tina Smith on YouTube, she does the Cards and Coffee, I think is her YouTube channel. Beautiful card maker. She does a lot of products with Spellbinders, like a lot of videos, and she often uses these gems. You'll see her constantly adding them to all of her products. So this is the gems that she uses, and they are sparkly. If I can get the light to, there we go. Did you see that sparkle? And they come in lots of different colors and different sizes. So this is the Capri Blue. This is the teal. And this is the aquamarine. So 3 different shades of the blue. And then we've got peach blush. We've got peridot, which is like a green, would be good for Christmas. We've got berry. So these are like a lime green and a pink tone. And then this one is pink. So this one's deeper. And then this is Prism. So you get lots of really cool colors with this one. Oh, Cooper says hello. He's locked outside. And then we've got red and emerald. So those would be your Christmas red and green. I'm just going to pause for a second. Angela has a question. How does the Prism compare to Hammermill? That is a totally different kind of paper. So Nina is good for ink blending. If you're using Hammermill for coloring, like with Copic markers, I don't recommend Nina for coloring. I know some people like it. It's not the best choice. We have other papers that would do a better job, in my opinion. So depending on what you're using your Hammermill for, Angela, I could give you a better idea. But if you're just looking at it as a white paper, then I think that the Prism paper is more economical and will do exactly the same thing. It's great for ink blending. Hammermill is really great for ink blending too. I know Christina uses it a lot for ink blending, but I don't use mine for blending. I use mine for coloring. So we've got rose gold. I'll just continue with the colors here. I'm not sure if Angela will answer back, but we'll see. And then our basics. So like silver and gold. And then this is denim. So it's not black. It looks black, but it's not. It's a very dark navy blue. And then we've got 2 pearls, a black and the regular pearl color. And then we've got opal. So these would be what I would consider all your clear crystals. Your opal, your spectrum, your crystal, and the aura. So all of those are available in self-adhesive gems. So they're perfect for adding to projects to give a little sparkle. And speaking of sparkle, they have another splatter effects, and this is Gold Rush. So I'm going to just, I just shook it. So now it's all bubbly. This is like a shimmery gold. Oh, there, that's better. Shimmery gold splatter that you can use. So if you like this style of bottle, it's like a nail polish brush in here. So you can dip it in and then you can use that to flick, or you can dip it in to put it onto your glass mat or your surface so that you can pick it up with a different kind of brush. It's quite handy to have these little bottles. But that is the new Gold Rush one. And then Spellbinders has come out with their own version of the card spinners. So card spinners are really popular this year. So a spinner will take anything that you stick to it, like I'll use a critter or a snowflake or something like that. When you stick it to this and then you stick this to your card, it will spin. And I don't mean just spin a little bit. I mean, it just spins. There's ball bearings inside of here. So that's what makes it really spinny. So if you've got things like the word joy, and let's say the O is a snowflake and you want that to spin, you would attach the snowflake with one of the spinners and then it will spin. So they have the large ones, which are this size here. I'd say probably a little less than half an inch. Then we have the small ones, which are teeny weeny, like they're more like a quarter of an inch. And then they also have a multi-pack that has, that is not a multi-pack. That is all large. What? Look at that. 6 large, 6 small. Does that look like 6 large and 6 small? That does not. I'll have to check the multi-packs and make sure that they're right, because that is not a multi-pack at all. But anyways, so there is supposed to be multi-packs. We can double check that, but large and small, and then a multi-pack. And spinners are very popular. Really fun to have in your stash in case you find something that you want to spin. Because you might not know you have things that you want to spin until you want to spin them. And then if you don't have spinners, it's kind of a bummer. All right, ladies, let's talk rub-ons. You know how popular the rub-ons are now, especially for making cards when they have scenes. So I should grab just a couple. They aren't going to be those rub-ons, but just to give you an idea. Oh, no. I have the bundle right here. So Christina made some samples using some different rub-on sheets that we've had in the past, and they are just so fun. So this whole thing is a rub-on. So the sentiment and the image is a rub-on. Same thing with this image, and this image, and this image, and this one, and this one. So here is the new Joyful Season. Now, I don't know what the status of these is because they're no longer showing on my side of the Spellbinders website. So whether or not they've just turned it off for stores to buy right now until they can replenish their inventory, but it's not available for me to order right at this time. I did order a lot because I know you guys are crazy about them. But here's a beautiful scene with a church with a snowy background. We've got the beautiful ornament. You've got the bear with the tree and the presents. You've got the tree here. And then you also have a Christmas angel, a beautiful winter bird, the swan, and the snowman. And then all of these sentiments are also rub-ons. So all of this is available right now, but I don't know for how long. So if you love the rub-ons for card making, then definitely grab these because they're going to go fast. So that's the Joyful Season. And then the other one that we got in, and I was really happy to see this because we get a lot of requests, but we've got kind of like a nativity / religious version of the rub-ons. So you can see you've got the angel with the harp. You've got the nativity scene. You've got the 3 kings there with the manger, another angel, and then here you've got a few more images that are available on the second page, along with the Christmas tree that is a verse from the Bible. So if you're looking for faith-based Christmas rub-ons, this is it. So make sure you grab those too. I'm just going to pull my slide back up now. And we have this really cool stencil. This is called Twinkle Toes. You can see the pattern that it makes there. It's kind of like a ribbon design with the star in the middle, and it is 3 layers. So it allows you to do different colors. So if you want to do like this one is done with a red and like a lighter red. So that's where you use these two stencils, and then the stars are added in the middle. So I know the image is kind of small on this, but that particular section of the stencil, they didn't use the whole piece. They just stenciled a few strips. That doesn't have the stars on it, and you can do it in any color scheme that you want. But it's really cool the way the stencils are designed, that you can do different colors. And then I have another sample here. Right here, they did the whole background. And that's where you can fill in the star if you want to. So 3 layers if you want to do the star, but you can leave the star off. And I think it's kind of one of those stencils that doesn't really have a theme. Again, they're going to show it with Christmas stuff because it's kind of released with Christmas stuff, but you can use it for anything. There's no, I think it would work really nice for parties, like birthdays and things like, it kind of looks like a streamer. So I think you can use it for a lot of different things, but it's really a fun little stencil that is very generic and can be used for lots of things. And I like the name Twinkle Toes. I mean, come on. So that is new. And then we have this set here. This is the Happy Post envelope. So this die set will give you the envelope. And then it also gives you this piece that looks like paper with writing on it. And the little wax seal and everything that goes on the outside, which is kind of cool. So again, looks kind of plain, but you can really use this base piece to dress up for any season. So here they're showing it with Christmas greenery and Christmas sentiments, which is really fun. And then you also can make it so that the envelope is open or closed, depending on how you put your die cuts together, which is also really cool. And you can see that little piece of paper inside with the scribbling on it. That scribbling is put in with your die. But you could easily, I think, so yeah, this piece here is an insert. So you can just make your piece of paper and you could stamp whatever you want on it. So whether you want it to be an image or if you have a script stamp and you want to do it that way, you can do that too. So I think it's a pretty awesome base piece, and you can add lots of different things to it to create whatever scenes you want to based on your project. Now we have some fun products that have arrived, and this is a continuation of a release from Mindy Egan and Spellbinders together. They did the classic cars, and this is one of the new ones. We don't have the other one yet. It's going to be coming soon. This is the hot rod car. So the hot rod flames. So if you're collecting these, this is new, and it's really fun. I love the classic cars. And you can see the dies give you lots of detail. So this etches out the area where the flames go, and then you cut out the flames and it shows you where to put them in. But a lot of the dies will give texture, like so the front of the car, and that it embeds it into the cardstock for you, which is really cool. And then they do have the Highway Horizons stencil, which is what is shown in the background there. So that is a really fun one, and it creates this scene. So you can actually put anything on that. It's just a background stencil, but it does work really nice with the cars. And then there's a new stamp set and dies. So they have both the stamps and the dies. And it's got really cool things like Route 66. I love the postage, the road trip mail sign. You've got your cancellation stamp. And then the sentiments are you're built for greatness, fueled up and ready to celebrate, friends for the long haul, you bring sunshine to every stretch of the road. So really kind of punny ones, but it's grease lightning. What is? What's grease lightning? Did I miss something? Did I say something? I don't know. But it's cool. I love the classic car look, and we're glad to see a couple more additions. Oh, the car. Sorry. Yes. But it's fun. Like there's lots of really cool things you can do, especially with masculine cards. And there's another version of it. The first one, the car's kind of off the page a little bit, but here you've got the full car. So that's what it looks like. And again, you can do the white wall tires. You can do the metallic paper for the grill. Yes, I have watched Grease 7 times actually in the theater. I had the soundtrack. I memorized it by, I was a Grease fanatic. I thought I was Olivia Newton-John, to be honest, when I was much younger. Yeah, so it's a really, really fun set. to play with. And I think it's going to be popular. And then speaking of popular, we were finally able to restock this gem. This is the dumpster fire set. When this came out, it sold out like in 5.6 seconds. Like it was honestly like crazy. And then Spellbinders was sold out for so long. Then they restocked it. We've had it in a few times and then it kind of went away for a while and now it's back. So this is just a really funny, snarky kind of stamp set. Obviously, you've got your die cut for the dumpster fire. And then it says, "You're my favorite bad idea. Slightly on fire, but absolutely killing it. Everything's fine if you ignore most of it. Your meltdown is safe with me. Let's skip today and try again tomorrow." I've had a few days like that lately. Sending warm thoughts, like really warm. If you're going to burn, burn brightly. At least we are in this together, and certified hot mess. So there's really, really great sentiments on here. And then the cards are just awesome. So there's just one sample. And then here's another one. You can pair this up with different background dyes and all kinds of fun things. And I love when they put the two together and it says, we're in this together. So it's really fun. So if you missed out on that one, you can get it now, at least for a little while. And then we did bring in this package of enamel dots. Enamel dots are very popular. And we just thought this color combination was really fun. So those are available. That's from Hero Arts. And then we also restocked the enamel stickers that are monster eyes. So if you've got little critter monsters or anything that needs some fun eyes on it, then you could totally use that. Just looking at the image on the dumpster fire, you could totally use some of the smaller sets on the eyes for the dumpsters. That's the kind of thing that you'll pair them up with, and they're a lot of fun to play with. So what did Susan say? I skipped work today and I'll try again tomorrow. Yeah, they need one like that. It's funny stuff. Okay, so now I'm going to add this up. We're going to talk about tailored expressions next. We already did cover this at the beginning of our video. You have the dumpster, now you need the eyes. I know, the eyes would be so perfect on there. There's even some purple ones. Like I showed that sample, it had purple ones and there's purple eyes, and they would just be really, really fun. So again, I'll just quickly go over it. Pre-order for the advent calendar for Tailored Expressions is on now. So if you visit our website, right up at the top, you'll see a little icon. You click that, there's information in there. You pre-order now, but they don't come till November. But I will almost guarantee you that in November, they're going to be very sparse, if at all available, to order at that time. So make sure if you are thinking it's something you want to do, that you get on to it now. And then this is just a little graphic I had in there. But all this information is on the website and in the email that we sent out. And we will send the email again reminding people, because you have till July 24th. Okay, now something we don't always do. We ordered in some of the most recent, oops, I can't see me. Some of the most recent card kits available from Tailored Expressions. So this is not something that they sell to stores like us. You have to order direct from them. We purchased this at full retail price. We're not making any money on it. We brought it in simply as a convenience for our customers. Now we had more. This is our last one. It was Taylor's birthday in June. So they had this really awesome kit, and I thought it was so cool. Sometimes these products are released into their regular library of products further down the road, but not always. I would say more often than not. No, more not than often. But sometimes they do release some of the things into their inventory. But we didn't want to take a chance. And I know some of our customers really wanted it. And I was right, because we had a few people reach out and ask us to, which we did. But then I thought, you know what? I'm going to bring in a few. This is the last one. So in here, there are a number of products. And the really cool thing is they make, let's get this out here. They make a sort of pop out or interactive type of card. So in here, you get a project tutorial. So everything that you need to know to make this card is on here, including your ink colors and what products she used and all that kind of stuff. All the instructions are on the back. So this is the front of the card. Okay, so you get that really cute cake stack. But then on the inside of the card, it has a little pop-out mechanism that pops out when you open up the card, which is really cute. So inside the kit, you get, first of all, let's talk about this. This is the stencil that makes the stack of presents. Now, this could be presents or it can be cake, because depending on how you use it. But you can stencil this on anything, any panel that you want in any color combination you want, and you have this beautiful cake. Then there is a die that allows you to cut out the cake, and there's also a die to add the decorative icing onto your cake pieces if you want to use it as a cake. But remember, it can also be presents. So this is great that you can actually cut out your stencil design. Now for the pop out, they've given you 10 of these pre-laser cut pieces that you could stencil right on top of this lasered area. And when you fold this, this will pop out and give you that pop out mechanism that is shown right here. Okay. Now there is a die that you can purchase. We did not order it in separately at this time, but we can, if you're interested, that will create this piece for you. So when you use up these 10 pieces that they've already pre-cut for you, you can cut as many as you want over and over and over. So I love that. It is a really, really cool concept. And the impact when people open up a card like this, it's like, whoa, you made that? How did you do that? That's so cool. So, and as a crafter, it's very fun to do too. So that is what that is. And then there's this really cool sentiment set called Piled High Birthday. So the first one says, hope this year stacks up to be the best one yet. You get happy birthday and wishing you a birthday piled high with happiness. So again, it works really good whether you use it as a cake or presents. And they're really, really awesome sentiments. And I like how they fit just nicely inside right next to the cake or presents, whatever you want it to be. But they also work nicely on the outside of the card designs as well. And there's lots of inspiration online. The other thing that they do is they put this in here. And there's a QR code here. So you scan this with your phone camera and then click the link and it will take you to all kinds of inspiration using the kit, which I think is very, very cool. So that all comes inside the kit along with a little pod of tiny diamonds. So tiny diamonds are sold like this. We just ordered them in again. So they're big stacks like this. One is bright, one is bold. And we've carried these in the past. We used to be able to buy them wholesale, but we can't anymore. So we pay full retail price for them. But we did just bring them in again. And they're really fun, but they're very tiny. And this is like a rainbow pack, so you get a nice variety. What they did come out with, which I thought was really cool, is something called the Tiny Diamond Tip and Tidy. So what this does, it's a 3D printed product. And if you open up these little containers, so whether you get this kit or whether you have the tiny diamonds already, this just, I hope I don't spill this. This just screws onto the Tip and Tidy, and then you can dump it out. How cool is that? And then something magic happens. You can fish out what you need. But when you shake these around, the ones at the top just kind of automatically flip over, because if you've ever tried to flip these over, they're kind of a it's tricky to do because they're so tiny. But if you shake this around and as you're filtering it in, see the ones at the top, they're starting to flip over the right direction. So it's a handy little tool to not only dump out the diamonds so you can see them all, but get them to flip over properly so you can grab them. But then when you're done, you just close this up like this. There's one stuck there. Unscrew it, and then you put the lid back on. It is amazing. I love it. Now, if you don't have tiny diamonds, they do have little containers that they're selling now, the little storage jars. There's 6 of them in here. So if you've got products that will fit in these little jars, then you can put them in here and then you can use the Tip and Tidy as well. So it's a really, really cool little tool. And so, yeah, so that is something new too. That's not part of the kit. This is the little pod, but this is a product that you can buy. Again, it's not something they sell to stores. We paid full retail price just because we think it's cool and we know our customers are going to love it. So we brought that in, and it's pretty awesome. So it's called Tiny Diamonds Tip and Tidy. Isn't that cool? I love it. So these are the little storage jars, and these ones you just take the lid off and it screws right on the bottom, and then it just dumps out into the little container. So really, really fun. Okay, I got to put this back into this envelope so that people aren't missing parts for this kit. And then the kits usually sell out. I didn't look to see if this one is still available. So if this one sells and you want one, you can check with us and we will look. If we can order it, we will. But if we can't, then there's nothing we can do about it. It's sold out. Okay, so that's that. What is next? I think I have a couple of images for, yep. So that's the inside of the card when you stencil on top of that mechanism. Now you'll notice if you look closely, there's stitching around this one. That's the die that you buy. It puts that stitching on there, and then this is the part that pops out, but it's exactly the same minus the stitching as the panels that come in the kit. And then there's that beautiful greeting that's on the inside there. I think there's also a little add-on for the candles too, which is something that we can get if you are interested. We didn't order them in because they kind of just, well, they don't all go with this. You can use that pop-up mechanism on your own. You could mask off and stencil, but really it's meant to go with this kit. So we didn't order extras of it. Okay, other new products. So we're a little late receiving this summer stuff because our box got lost. And Taylor had to reship it to us. And a couple of items were out of stock, so we had to wait for them to come back. So we're a little late receiving this, but it's here. So the first item is the Beach Bound die set. So in here you get the bag, sunglasses, flip-flops with a couple of options, the hat, the sun hat, and then you get these cute little icons here, which are like, do you guys know what gibbets are? If you guys have Crocs, and if you've got kids in your life or grandkids, you've got to know what a gibbet is. They're the little things that pop into the little holes inside of a Croc. I only know this because of my grandchildren. Well, this is what the beach bag looks like if you get the Croc version. I know there's knockoffs out there, but the little gibbets go inside the hole. So if you look carefully at this picture, you can see the little icons stuck in the holes. That's what that is. And then you get a couple of shells and starfish and so on. So you can create some really fun clusters. Christina says she's got them on her Crocs. Well, they keep trying to convince my husband that he needs to have a gibbet on his Crocs, but he's not going for it. So they'll have to find the right one. Maybe if there's a racing one, like a checkered flag or something like that, he might go for it. But right now he says no. But I love these die cuts when you cut them out. Like the beach bag, it's awesome. Look at the flip-flops in there with they've got the striped base. The sunglasses are sticking out. The sun hat is amazing. So also on this are some other new products, which we will focus on in just a moment. But that is the Beach Bound die set. And then this is the garden variety tropical blooms. So the blooms that you see on this card and the leaves, that is from this set. Again, their garden variety sets are amazing. They've had fall ones and other florals. But this is the tropical blooms. And if you go to any kind of tropical destinations, this makes great embellishments for your pages too. So I love this, this idea. So let's go forward here. Oh, sorry. This is still this set. I wanted to show you that you don't have to use the bag. You can just use the shells and create a card that way too. So it's fun. But if you take this, just use the blooms. Now the container that these blooms are in is the little bucket that Tailored has sold. They have watering cans and buckets and different things. We've had it in stock for years with different products that they've had come out. You can use it for the tropical flowers too. So if you happen to have the little buckets, it works great for that. But any container like wheelbarrows, all that kind of stuff works for these tropical flowers. And you, again, can just use them on their own. the nice thing is you can cut them out of any color that you want, and you can turn them into any floral design that you want. But they look really nice in bright colors against white cardstock. So that is really cool. Now I'm going to back up because this is a very cool die. This is the Wave Edgers. So if we go back to that original, see the edging at the top here from the sand and the sun? That is the foam and the wave that you get along the edge of a beach. And I really love that. So if you combine them together, you get this sort of look. So I think I have another slide up here. Nope, I don't. So that is what that looks like. It's kind of hidden in behind there, but it's beautiful. So if you like to make like beach scenes, this is really cool. And you could use this on scrapbook pages. You'll just cut it out a couple of times and layer it over top of each other. So the ends can extend longer. So I really love the Wave Edgers. And then next up, gotta go all the way forward again. This is the Coastal Vibes stamp and die set. So these are all individual stamps that you can stamp out to get those kind of coastal elements. The fish, the lobster, the crab, the sardines. Sardines are really hot this year. I don't know why, but I'm seeing them on all kinds of things. The palm tree, the citrus slice, the sunshine, all that sort of stuff. And then there are dies to cut them out. And you can use them as die cuts, cut them out and use them as die cuts. But you can also stamp them right directly onto surfaces. And this background here is what is used on that card. So this is called a gallery wall. And you can use this for anything. So you can put any images in there that you want. They're showing it with these beach icons because that's what the product was released for. But it's a background stamp, and you can create a gallery wall and put anything that you want in there. So I think it would be really cute with critters myself. But there's lots of fun things. Or if you have like potted plants and you want to do all kinds of fun stuff with that. But it does go nicely with that. And that's kind of the effect that you can get with it. And then one of my favorite stamp sets, which is a reorder, because every time we order it in, it sells out. It is this Sandy Shores background stamp. Now this is kind of a cool one. It's a split background. So I'm going to just open this so I can show it to you quickly. So it looks like a full stamp, right? But this is actually two pieces. So you can separate the top from the bottom. So if you just want the water, you can just stamp that. Or if you just want the sand, you can just stamp that. And you'll notice the little marks in the stamp set. That's going to give you that texture that you're looking for when you stamp it. And I love this little foamed edge or whatever. But it looks amazing when you put it together. And this will work as a background for anything coastal or ocean, lake, like all that kind of stuff. Getting this back in is always fun. I'll do that later. And then they came out with a new stamp set for sentiments. Not shown on that card. That's an oldie. I'll back up here. I think they're right here. Yeah. So that's kind of the font right there. That one says have a bright birthday. So that is right here. But this is life is better in flip-flops. It's your day. Make a splash. Sending oceans of love. Happy summer. Have a bright birthday. Hello, sunshine. And this is my favorite. You are the flip to my flop. So that is stamp die combo. Just a nice summer set. So if you want to have sort of summer greetings with some of your sets, then you can pick that up. And then let's go forward again. We restocked some of the Gulf. So this is the par for the course cutting plate and stencil, which creates this background, which I just love. And then we also restocked the For You, which is the sentiment set that comes along with the golf set. What we are out of now is the golf cart and the golf bag, but that is coming again. So even if all the pieces aren't here, you should pick up what you need when you see it, because by the time the golf bag and the golf cart get here, this might be sold out again. So if you're looking for golf related stuff, because you don't see it very often, make sure you pick that up. And then the other thing that we have back in stock too is the Little Bits Golf. That's just the tiny little die set here that does just the golf club and the tee and the golf ball. So I'll finish the samples for this. Isn't that cute? I love that. And then here is the golf club and the tee and the ball, which pairs nicely with the other items that are in that golf release. But this was released prior to that, but it goes really nicely with that. So if you're looking for golf stuff, make sure you pick it up when you see it. Okay, so that's it for tailored. Now we're going to move on to some Lawn Fawn restock. Just so you guys know, August 13th is the next Lawn Fawn release. I have already ordered everything. So be on the lookout for that. Start saving your pennies because it's a cute one. But this is from the previous release, the one that we just did. It is the Highland Cows. We sold out, I think everywhere sold out of the Highland Cows. But we have the Stamped Die Stencil Bundle back in stock. They are adorable. And then Amanda, this is leftovers from the release slideshow. I'm just going to show you some samples using the cows. And I'm sure by now there's lots and lots and lots of samples out. But they're just adorable. I think they need to also release a regular cow set. I really love cows. And then we have some samples now for the mice with the lemonade stand. So that is the stamp set there. And then it comes with a die and in some situations a stencil, and some it'll just be stamped die. But Amanda made these up for us. I mean, how cute are these? I love the mouse with the baseball hat. He's just my favorite. You can use the mice with the stand or without. And the accessories give you the lemonade option. I love the crate with the lemons in it. And then here's another one. Love the dimension on this one. There's lots of things are popped up. It looks amazing. And then here it's paired up with the tree that was released with the ones that were watching for birds. And I love that. And then you can add the lemons to it. So you can make it a lemon tree. And the mice are always busy doing things. So I think they look awesome. And then they have such great greetings too. So life is sweeter with you. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. So if someone's having a hard time with things, you know, that's a good one to send out. And then wishing you the zest day. So that makes a good birthday one. Yvonne says cows and horses. Yeah, they don't have anything with horses, but I think they need a black and white cow set because I think they'd be so cute. And then also the Fruitful Friends, we've restocked that. And Amanda has a couple of samples that she made up with that as well. So that's how much fun the fruit can be. Have a fruitful day. And this one has the cute little speech bubbles with the little sayings on them as well. So if you need a fruit salad card, that's a good one. So that is that. And then we got in a few basics that people are always asking for. And we stock these quite regularly, but we had been sold out. So this is the Simple Puffy Cloud Frames. So this particular die makes cloud frames, meaning it's just like an outline die. And I pulled this image off so you can see the clouds and how they look. So the inside will be hollow, and then you get the white frame is what makes the cloud image. You can use the pieces that pop out of here, and you can cut them in different colors and like insert them back in like a puzzle. But there are 3 different sizes in this one, so that's a good one. And then if you're looking for just regular clouds, this is the Simple Puffy Clouds. So this will just cut out this shape, and this shape. So 3 different sizes, which is nice if you want to overlap them and create scenes. And then there's also the stitched cloud borders. Puffy cloud borders. So this gives you different configurations of cloud edges. And then it also has stitching on them. So you can layer them up like they've done on this and have the clouds coming from the bottom, or you can have the clouds coming down from the top. But again, really great for scene building. And then, of course, the grass is also a popular one. This just shows that you can layer them up if you want to. The bottom of the die is, there's no cutting blade. So you can decide how thick you want your grass to be. So in other words, the space from the top of your grass to the bottom can be like 4 inches, or it can be 2. So whether you mowed the lawn or you didn't, but it gives you this nice grassy edge on everything. And then really, really popular was the lemon border. So you get the individual lemons that you can cut out, individual flowers and flower centers, and then you get this beautiful vine. So you can use it as a full border, or you can cut it up like they've done here and use it in pieces, which I love. And these daisies on their own are quite nice, and even the lemons on their own are quite nice. And you can see that the die gives you that piercing detail, just like the skin on like the rind on a lemon, which is really cool. So that's been restocked. And the mason jar. So this is an old product, but because they brought the jam and honey add-on for the mason jar out with the last release, it was super popular. So we've reordered more of the mason jars. And then we've also ordered more of the jam and honey add-on. So this is just the mason jar on its own, which you can pair up with lots of different things. And then there's with the add-on. So you get like that topper piece, and then the label, and the, what's that honeycomb thing that you put in the honey to pull it out, and then the bow and all that fun stuff. So that's, both of those products are back in stock. And then along with the, another add-on for the mason jar is this one here. This is the lantern add-on. So we brought that in too. And it turns your mason jar into a little lantern, which is really fun. I think we have this firefly die in stock too, which is really cool. And then we ordered the Big Blossom flowers. So this came out after the Big Blossom backdrops. And this is such a cool floral. You can use it with the backdrops, or you can use it on its own. There were some mice that were holding blossoms as well that it pairs up nicely with, but you can see that you can use it and put it in containers and all kinds of fun stuff. So there's lots of options for that blossom. It's a popular one for sure. This shape of flower is always great because you can turn it into a cone flower, a black-eyed Susan, a daisy, like all those flowers. And they come in so many different colors that it becomes really versatile to use. So that's all the fun Lawn Fawn restock stuff for now. But there's going to be lots on the way with that new release. And then finally, we're going to talk about the new Waffle Flower release. So this one is a popular one because they came out with postage collage for baby. So there's the postage collage stencil for the baby design. So it creates all the different sections with this cute little baby stuff, which I think is just brilliant. So if you have postage collage and you love it, now you can do baby. So we've got some samples here. So that, let's back up. So there's one where you leave the whole postage collage panel as one piece. And then you can also cut it up and use it as individual postage stamps and make collages and whatever. So that's really cool. Now they did send this along, which I thought was really cool, and I'm going to share it. So here is one of the panels all stenciled up, and it's very vibrant and fun. They gave us the recipe for colors. So these are all distress oxides, or sorry, these are distress inks, not oxides. You could use oxides as well. Abandoned coral, worn lipstick, fossilized amber, crushed olive, salvaged patina, and prize ribbon. And that will get you this color combination, which is really cute. And then down here, they gave another one for worn lipstick, spun sugar, wild honey, fossilized amber, peeled paint, and lost shadow. And that will get you a similar combination to that. So isn't that fun? I love that they sent this along with the order for us so we could share it with all you guys. So you can come back and watch this, or hopefully you're jotting down the colors, because I love this one. It's very rainbow looking, which is really cool. So that is a really nice combination. So in addition to the postage collage stencil, of course, they came out with baby icons in the form of dies. So this is going to give you that monkey that you see there and the little socks, a little diaper, a soother, a bib, a little baby shirt, the bottle. So it has all of them broken down on the back here. And you'll see those icons scattered throughout the samples that they are showing, and they have shown a lot. And then here's a card just using those icons. So there's those little cute little baby socks, and there's the little bib, the little rattle. And then this is on the postage collage frames, which is a separate die that you can buy. It's released a while back. So definitely check that out. And then there's also the baby announcement die, which does a onesie. And then there's a larger bib. And then it also has this cute little teddy bear face that can go on the bib. Guys, when you see the samples for that, I don't know. I was done in as soon as I saw this. I'm like, okay, I'm adding all this. But there's those sweet little socks again. Isn't that cute? And here are some of the other icons used within the postage collage system. This has got the block die on top, so it makes it kind of look like little frames. Look at those bibs with the bears. I mean, seriously. I don't even know how you resist it. I don't give a lot of baby cards, but I have to have this in my stash. Like, it is just adorable. So that's this one. And you can see the little duck here. And then you got the bear face and so on. But now this is on a new die for the background. This is the, what's this called? The elongated ovals die. And that's the mini slim version. So it's more oblong and makes it really nice for those mini slim cards. And you can use it vertically or horizontally. Okay, so that's that. And then they came out with these really nice bold greetings. This is called the baby announcement sentiments. So you've got the it's a girl and it's a boy, and then you've got some supporting ones. So I'll just back up because this says a new adventure begins, and that's one of the stamp sets that's in here. I love this one. I'm a grandma. So like if you want to send cards out to your friends to just announce that you're now a grandma, I thought that was such a great option. There's nothing for grandpa though. I was kind of like, really, there's nothing? But it's just so cute. I thought it was really nice. And this says, you are so loved. Hello, little one. A new adventure begins. And then you've got the it's a boy and it's a girl, which is really, really cute. I don't know how you resist it. It's adorable. And that's what that it's a boy looks like when you cut it out. And this, the oblong ovals that you're seeing here, that's the A2 size ones. And there's those little icons that go along with it. And that's what the it's a girl one can look like. Again, you can do it out of any color scheme or anything that you want. And there's those sweet little onesies again. Yikes. But here I'm showing you the A2 piercing elongated ovals. So it's just a really fun backdrop that you can use. And then they also have the little pre-done sentiments for babies, sub-sentiments. And then this is the oblong die for the mini slim, just so you can see them all in person. There's that nice oblong die again. And that's just two of them cut out and layered together. But they're also working with this really cool stencil and die. This is the Sunburst stencil, and this one's really cool. It is designed for A2, A6, and A7 cards, all on one stencil. And you can stencil it this direction, and then if you flip it over and stencil it again, so the first time it leaves these parts open. If you flip it over and stencil on top of the same design, it fills in those spots so that you get a complete sun ray filled in, even in the white space. So you can stencil it this way and then layer it up over top of the same design, flip it over, and it'll stencil in the open areas. So, but you don't have to do that. You can just do it one time. And then it lines up perfectly with this piercing starburst texture die. So you can use them separately or together. So if you look very closely at the samples, the piercing die is being used on all of those. So there is the sun rays, and the stenciling is done within the pierced areas, and it leaves white space. But if they were to flip the stencil over, they could fill in that white space with another color. And there's a mini slim version of that card. Okay. Then they added on to the square postage die set. So a lot of people have been, well, we did this as a promotion. So a lot of people have this now. Plus people have been buying it and stocking up on all the stencils. We found out there's going to be 12 stencils released in total. The newest one is the home stencil. And it does this cute little scene where there's, you're looking kind of like through a window, and you've got the picture frame and a little cat in the window and so on. We also restocked the pansy and the coral one. I think we have the daffodil downstairs, but the postage die is back in stock as well. And there's just a sample of that window, or sorry, that die being used with the windows that are also new, which I'm going to talk to you about in just a second. So postage collage windows die. So this can be used along with your original postage collage base die. You can see it in this card with the perforated holes. These frames, when you cut them out, can layer over top of those sections and make it look like you're looking through a window. So I think that's a really cool add-on. You can do lots and lots of fun things. Oh, okay, Natalie, it's so fun. I just saw that video yesterday. So Natalie is referring to, for those of you on YouTube, she says, here, I'll put it up here. She says, did you see how Rachel used the lower part of the piercing die as a hardwood floor? So if I go back to this piercing die, so she put this on a piece of paper. I don't know whether it was ink blended or it was a pattern paper, like a wood grain type of paper. Anyways, and then she cut the base part of it off, and then the lines looked like hardwood. It was amazing. When she did it, I was like, I actually rewound it and watched it again because I'm like, how'd she do that? And she's using this die. That's what happens when you get these products in the hands of very creative people. They see things that us normal folk do not see. So I thought that was pretty ingenious. But yes, I did see that. So these windows will cut out and you can place them over top of the openings on your postage collage. Also, once the windows are all popped out, the piece that's left over, it layers together with the block die to create another mat. So it looks like a double layered one. I think I have a picture of it coming up, so I'll try to point it out. But isn't that awesome? I love the window frame idea. Oops, I'm sorry. And then along with that, they came out with windowsill plant dies. So that's the plants that you see in all of the windows on this particular card. I love this. It's got really cool options. So you've got the little potted plants, and you've got hanging plants and greenery and all kinds of fun things. So you can create a windowsill look with the frames. And then they also came out with a new silhouette stamp, which is the skyline, which I think is really brilliant. So again, you're looking through the window. And then there is a stamp and die set that is called Window Sentiments. So I love this one. A little note from my window to yours. There's one in here that says, I hope this card brings you joy. You're always close to my heart. So it's just a nice little sentiment set, but it has a few that go really nicely with the windows. And here is the little postage sections with the frame over top, looking out like as if you were sitting in a house. So here's the add-ons that create the window curtains, and there's a little chair and lamp, so you can create little scenes. My light is always on for you. It's a really cute one. And then in the background of that is also this brick wall texture die. So you can see the little brick wall in the back there. And I think I have another slide that has it too. Isn't that amazing? Look at that. So again, you can use it as a full postage collage piece, or you can cut them up, which is pretty cool. I love this one. It's the colors. So it looks like it's like the side of an apartment building and you're looking in the window. It's very, very cool. Oop, I already showed that one. So that is so fun. I think that is everything. Oh, and then we did restock the Happy Turtles die from the previous release. And then we also brought in the shelves, because the shelves will work really nice with the potted plants. These are always popular. So that is all restocked as well. Okay, so that is it for all the new stuff. Now I'm going to remove this. And then I'm going to remove this. And I'm going to go back to our draw. So at the very beginning, where did I put them? Right here. I showed these. So you have until noon tomorrow to qualify for the drawing for these two products. So these are freebies from Tailored, and you can't buy these. We get them sometimes when we put orders in on the retail side, but we don't get enough to give them to everybody. So we just save all these things and we give them away. So this is a layering stencil that creates this really cool sun backdrop. I love that. And I've seen some very cool samples with it. And then this is part of their freebie with every order Critter Crew release. This is the octopus. So 2 people are going to win. And how do you win? So you need to shop, minimum $25 order. And you need to have your order in before noon tomorrow. So that means that if you watched it live, no problem, you've got time to shop. But for those that don't watch it live, they're going to watch it later tonight or maybe tomorrow morning. It gives them a little bit of time to get in on the draw. So we'll go till noon tomorrow. I'll use my wheel of names and I'll post the winner over on our Facebook page. And then we will add these to your box for you. Now, the live started at 4 o'clock today. So in order to qualify, your order has to be in starting at 4 o'clock and all the way till noon. So if you've already ordered something today, I'm not going to include you in the draw. The other thing you have to do is in the comments of your order, you have to put the word live or live stream, something to tell me that you watched the live. Okay. So make sure you put it in the comments that you watched the live. Order has to be between 4 o'clock today and noon tomorrow. Minimum $25 before tax. And that's it. That's how you do it. Okay, that's it for me. We went a little over an hour and 20 minutes. That's a long time. Thanks for hanging in there, guys. And we will see you again soon.